the Rainbow Jihad, pedophilia, and of course, media silence.
What the fuck?
Surprised? Yeah, we're going back there again.
No, God!
Back to Groomerville, Georgia. I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this is what's next.
Please disperse. Nothing to see here, please.
Good Wednesday, everyone. Jazz Berganzo here. Another What's Next, your daily dose as always. Common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are doing well on this day. Sadly, again, it seems like I just did a video about this the other day. You know, I did one in Chicago. I forgot the one I did. I think it was Colorado. And of course, now we're in Georgia. Yeah. Hate to say it, but it's back to Groomerville. Let's take a look. This comes out of townhall.com. Tapes. Investigation of a suburban alphabet pedophilia ring. Here's what was found. Those are the two, quote unquote, accused. According to Town Hall, this is part one of a 4-part investigative series. Of course, there is a warning. Article contains graphic descriptions of child abuse. The discretion is advised. A months-long Town Hall investigation reveals disturbing new details about the affluent alphabet activist couple accused of sodomizing their young adopted sons, ages now 9 and 11, and distributing homemade child pornography of the sex abuse. Half a year of this shocking story made national news. Town Hall is the only outlet following up on the criminal case in Georgia that has since seen zero headlines written about it. Why am I not surprised? Here's what was found. Not only did the married men, quote unquote, allegedly rape the two boys who were adopted through a, quote, Christian special needs adoption agency. So they went through a Christian special needs and faked it to get the adopted boys. Wow. Yeah. Wonder what's going on with that adoption agency. They were pimping out their children to nearby pedophiles in Atlanta area suburbs, Town Hall's follow-up investigation discovered. Recorded jailhouse calls, a trove of never-before-seen court documents, and a testimony from family members who spoke exclusively with Town Hall uncovered the extent of the physical and emotional trauma the two elementary school-age brothers endured, as well as red flags of the state overlooking during the same-sex couples, quote, faster than expected adoption process. Shouldn't be surprised to anybody. There are the boys there. Of course, their backs are turned, so their faces. Town Hall reported in August the suspects were darlings of the alphabet media. They were part of an anti-hate gay campaign promoting the Out magazine, which holds the nation's highest circulation among alphabet monthly publications. Has repeatedly asked if their website Pride page can feature their photos taken at the Atlanta Pride Parade. The charges. The fathers, 33-year-old government worker William Dale Zullock Jr. and 35-year-old banker Zachary Jacob Zullock, who was previously accused of raping a child in from Oxford, Georgia, had been indicted by a grand jury in charges of incest, aggravated sodomy, aggravated child molestation, felony sex exploitation of children, and felony prostitution of a minor. William and Zachary are facing over 9 life sentences. They pleaded not guilty. Wow, what a surprise. According to a copy of the 17-page document indicted Town Hall has obtained, the adoptive dads allegedly performed sexual acts on both boys, forcing the children to perform sexual acts on them and raping their sons. Wow, this is disgusting. And at least one instance of another rape injured the older child, who just turned 11 years old in mid-December. Court records indicate that the sexual abuse stretches back to as early as late 2019 and intensified in 21, in January 21, March of 21, and December of 21 as the offense dates are listed. The brothers were enrolled in 3rd and 4th grade respectively before the men were caught in a midnight July bust of Zullock Mansion, which ended in Zachary tackled to the ground and William hauled out of the house naked by armed officers. The two Zellick boys, whose faces were censored by Zachary Zellick in first and second grade, holding academic certificates from the 19 and 20 school year. Wow. I mean, this is... William admitted to, excuse me. William admitted to forcing his 11-year-old son to perform sodomy and sexual acts with him in an intent to satisfy his own, quote, sexual desire. Read the sworn affidavit filed in support of William's overnight arrest back on July 27th. Of course, Town Hall has redacted the child's names to protect the identities of the victims. Excuse me, sorry about that. An updated criminal affidavit says the child sexual abuse was filmed by William's, quote, husband, Zachary, who routinely engages in sexual abusive acts on the boy. Zachary, the household breadwinner, confessed to being the cameraman, and authorities allegedly found a folder on his cell phone labeled Us that contained videos of the child abuse. But yet, they pleaded not guilty. The indictment also charges the Zellick co-defendants with soliciting two other men through the use of popular social media platforms in the greater Atlanta metro region to perform acts of prostitution with a child that suffered physical injuries from being brutally raped. Town Hall is the first to publicly identify these two alleged members of the pedophile ring in the heart of the Peach State, 27-year-old Hunter Clay Lawless and 25-year-old Luis Armando Vicario Sanchez, both of Loganville, Georgia. There's the two pieces of shit. Lawless, who snitched on Zellick, told local law enforcement he received numerous messages via Snapchat from Zachary about doing things to his son tonight and being prepared to receive images as well as video of the father raping the child. Zachary met Lawless through a mutual contact and identified the man going by the name of Blake on the gay dating app Grindr. Shocker. Following the virtual introduction, Zachary sent photographs and videos to Lawless of the little boy he referred to as, quote unquote, his son. I'm going to blank my son tonight. Zachary allegedly messaged Lawless on Snapchat and then sent the pictures of himself sexually abusing the child. After he was busted, Lawless denied having had any physical contact with Zellick. Of course, that was bullshit, but told the law enforcement officers that Zachary invited him to multiple times to engage in sexual acts with him and his two children. Of course, there's a list of state evidence, 149 images collected at the home, 2 flash drives, phone data, sexual assault nurse examination, sane results from the children's medical forensic exams, which gather DNA evidence such as bodily fluids and documented injuries, a text message from Lawless, a Snapchat letter, 2 written letters from the older Zellick child, and a disk containing data dump from Vicario Sanchez's iPad and iPhone. Wow. My thoughts. I've said this in multiple videos. This is like an ongoing series, Groomerville. Maybe I should just like make it, official. But anywho, you think that every time one of these stories comes out, another one couldn't top it. You can't say hold my beer, hold my beer, hold my beer. But then again, here's another story. This one from Georgia basically says hold my beer. This is what happens when you have the media propping up the rainbow jihad. They prop them up. They say, hey, look at me. Look how great these two guys are. Look how great these two women are. Oh, it's empowerment. It's so, stunning and brave. It's so diverse. It's so tolerant. But yet, when those of us who come out and basically say, hey, shit like this goes on, and it points back to you, it points back to Pandora's box that was opened, 6/25 of 15, when quote unquote gay marriage was allowed, shit like this was just bound to happen. We're not talking about hanging out at schools, with a overcoat on and waiting for the little kids to come out, or driving up in a white van with blacked out windows. Those are what you expect. But when you have the media silent on stories like this, quiet because they don't want to offend the alphabet community, because basically they've propped them up so much over the years and have protected them over the years. When shit like this breaks, silence. Total silence. Total hypocrisy that comes from the media. But no surprise, this is the left-wing media. But when you have those like Tucker, Crowder, Shapiro, Levin, The Blaze, when they come out with stories like this and they say, hey, this goes on, they're labeled as bigots, homophobes, and intolerant people. They're labeled. Their fingers are pointing, outrage. Oh, I'm mad. But yet, you don't want to look in the mirror and say, wow, shit's like this going on. We need to report it and we need to be honest about it. But that's never going to happen. Who's going to report it? Town Hall's going to report it. Tucker's going to report it. Others in conservative media are going to report it. Those like myself are going to present it to you, sadly in graphic nature, because it has to be said. So, again, what do you expect when you open up Pandora's box? Nothing but demonic evil. I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more shows like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. And I'm sure we'll be visiting Groomerville soon enough. Catch you guys next time. Peace.